let me just say this. I have a saying that men, women, political opportunists lie, but the numbers and facts don't. Crime has been steadily decreasing under this administration each and every year. And not only that, we are investing in human capital. We're giving the police, fire, and everyone else the tools to succeed. We're making sure that Atlantic City residents are getting an opportunity in said professions. And more importantly, the technology that we're going to have by the end of the year. Speedy was on council at the time. We had a former councilman called Ramon Tito Rosario. And he wanted a gyrocopter, like copters in LA and everything. We used to tease him. So now in the city is going to have 4 mini helicopters because of the technology that we debuted at the State of the City, where we have autonomous drones. That means there'll be 4 locations throughout the city. They'll be programmed, and at the drop of a dime, they'll dispatch themselves 100 miles an hour, being on the scene in a minute or less, and being able to talk, video, everything else, thermal imaging, and more. Plus, the police will be equipped with AI body cameras for translation purposes. So if you run into a Russian, and we don't have a Russian cop or somebody that speaks that, they're going to speak into the camera, and the camera's going to translate through AI back in that language, and they'll have a consistent conversation. But I also want to say this. How is crime bad when we live here? I said when I first came in that we was going to have an anti-violence reentry program. We was going to go into the neighborhoods. And we stopped crime in Back Maryland and Stanley Holmes Village. We're there. 1 murder in 5 years in Back Maryland and Stanley Holmes Village. And overall, knock on wood, there's been no murders, gunshots, or anything in Atlantic City because we're keeping everyone busy. So you go back and tell them people that's just talk. We deal with facts and data.
All right. Thank you.
Next question.
I don't have a question, Mayor, but I would like to thank you. My grandson Christopher was one of the participants with Ms. Steele, along with the principal, with the HBCU for the college tour.
Yeah.
He had a nice time. Christopher don't normally interact. It was safe, good chaperones. You did an outstanding job, and a lot of times you hear this and that, but it's good when people publicly can say what you're doing, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. And another thing as well, we've been intentional and unapologetic in everything that we've done. For the last 3 years, this mayor, this city has given out $3 million in college scholarships. Not only are we investing in the various college tours, but we're giving people hope. We want to uncheck that box.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't, come and say, well, I will go to college, but I can't afford it. And the scholarships that we give are $10,000, $5,000 each semester. And I'm happy to, and I'm breaking this news at NAACP. We always find money here and there. We're gonna stick to it. It more than likely won't be $1 million, but we're bringing that scholarship program back, the Mayor Marty Small Senior Scholarship Program back this year in some form. Now, it may be that if you receive the $10,000 before, you can't receive it this year. Give other people a chance. But after this year, what we skillfully negotiated with Beta Phil as far as the funding that's going to be available, I see us returning back to the $1 million because as a taxpayer, it's an investment into the future. And that's what we all want. We want a better Atlantic City, and we've been a great steward of the taxpayers' money. So, the taxpayers trust us and the decisions that we make with the money. So that program is back. It's not going anywhere. We continue to deliver for the people of Atlantic City.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Garrett?
I just wanted to state with her what she's saying about the crime and stuff of that sort. But you have to realize that Atlanta, when you think of New Jersey, the first thing people are going to think about is Atlantic City. Just like if somebody says Louisiana, they don't know anything about Baton Rouge, they're going to say New Orleans.
Yeah.
So anything that happens that's in the area close, they're always going to associate with Atlantic City. So it's up to you as a person to defend your city.
Oh, yeah.
And to let people know what's going on, and that it's not, you know, as bad as they say.
Any other questions?
Colleen, can you get away from me, please? Hey, listen, when I walked in, he told me very early on, he said, the reason why the room is crowded is because I told him you wasn't coming. I think that it's a sellout because I'm here.
Yeah, this is more of an inquiry. I've been talking to Ms. Steele's son, Shay, and he's a firefighter. And I was wondering, do you have any insight onto the next group of firefighters that the city plans on hiring, anything? Because I was thinking about some of the classes they had in the past to help residents of the city get these jobs.
We just did all of that, and again, as the appointing authority for the great city of Atlantic City, you know, by Title 40, the decision lies here on the selection process in the fire department. We're going to always respect the list in regards to education, but the things that we've done to help people in Atlantic City get these fine careers, I'm very, 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 very proud of. At the end of the day, as a community, you know, we got to do better. That's just like in anything. Like, you have to pass the test. You have to pass the physical part. You have to pass the background. You can't have things in your background that will disqualify you. But I'm very, very, very proud of the selections that we made for the police and fire.
Any idea of the next crop, like maybe high schoolers?
No, we you know, you got the Public Safety Academy,
Right,
which the board has. We are, I think it's like in a couple weeks, we'll be swearing in the new
Next week.
firefighters.
Okay.
Yeah, firefighters and police. We just picked 8 firefighters and I think 9 police officers, full-time, plus some class 2s and everything else. So that list will last for a couple of years, but you know, we're always putting people in position, letting them know what's going on. We are trying to do better in our efforts as far as recruiting minorities and everything else, so we're going to continue to do that.
The first step is that test, though, right?
If you can't pass the test, you...
Right.
I
So you
got
have
people
testing dates? Like
I got people reaching out to me and saying, hey, I got my certification, and unfortunately, you look at the certification, we got 8 jobs and they number 60. We will never get to you like quickly.
Yeah.
That's all depending on retirements and everything. But I'm going to do my part. They got to do their part.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, first of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Smalls. I'm a developer a real estate developer in South Florida Avenue, and many people know that was one of the worst spots in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And I decided to speak since we were speaking about crime. And the administration and the police department, they came through and supported us over there, and to my knowledge, we haven't had a reported crime incident on that street since last October. So we're going, and before that, I'm not going to get the specifics, but a lot of bad things occurred there. But if we're going on a year and a half and they haven't had a crime incident there, not a serious crime incident. And also to your point, we go to all of the city staff meetings, at least I do, and while I have the floor here, I would just like to encourage everybody as residents here to go to the monthly city staff meetings, and then you would see the actual crime statistics, the arrest statistics, and you'll be able to see on the board the rates are actually dropping. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of community involvement in those meetings, so I just like to encourage everyone to go there to the monthly meetings. That's all.
Last question?
How you going to say last question?
I thought you said you were okay. We'll keep on.
I'm going to respect protocol. Last question.
I just want to ask, is there a state of the city forum somewhere where the things you talked about this evening are publicized so that it is county-wide to counter some of the negative things that I hear coming from some of the communities that surround it?
Well, listen, I'm number one to answer your question. My State of the City address is every year at the MBCA in late January. It is on the city's website in its entirety. The presentation is broken down in its entirety of the things that we do. I'm going to tell you a positive trend. Yes, people want to always talk about Atlantic City, but If you look on social media, you see people from other towns and municipalities wishing that they had the things that Atlantic City has for youth and seniors. So tell me that's not a turnaround.
And also, we have the Gazette, and that keeps everybody informed what's going on.
That's right, the Great Day Gazette is our monthly newsletter, and everything in there is true. It's the work that we do for the people of Atlantic City. So I'm very happy where the city is, but I'm never gonna get comfortable. I'm always gonna keep my foot on the gas and, you know, keep bringing the quality of life and the programs that we bring here under my vision for the great city of Atlantic City.
And if you can't go to the thing in January, he will come to the neighborhood association.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah,
so-
and we say it all the time, I'm not one of them elected officials that you
Right.
see once every 4 years. I'm in the community
Right.
at those civic associates. They gotta shut me up, like Kaleem has shut me up now, because I wanna talk to the people and get their questions answered, so.
Does anybody else have any questions? I don't want to shut the mayor up. We want him to talk as long as he wants to talk. We got the food too, so we can start.
I don't have a question, but I do have a